All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. As soon as I saw this news, I knew I needed to make a video and bring it to you. Sort of a red alert for cryptocurrency holders coming out of Europe. The ECB, the European Central Bank President, Christine Lagarde, has called for global regulation of Bitcoin, saying that the digital currency had been used for money laundering activities in some instances, and that any loopholes need to be closed. Wow, I want to play you this full clip just so you can get the full context and hear sort of the uneasiness, the fear in her voice almost when she's speaking about Bitcoin this year in 2021, and just so you have the full context on Christine Lagarde's relationship with cryptocurrency. Her speaking about it started years ago. Lagarde has been consistent in abdicating the necessity of international regulation of cryptocurrencies, claiming in 2018 that their ascendancy had been fueled in part by herd mentality among those looking for high-yield financial products. And that is, in fairness, partially true. People want those gains. She struck a more conciliatory tone, notably, during a less overheated crypto market in September 2019, so she updated her views. At the time, Lagarde balanced the need to mitigate the potential risks of crypto through increased regulation with a recognition of the potential for wider social benefits from innovation. So she was coming around. She was beginning to understand the revolution, the innovation with cryptocurrency. Of course, we all know what she's truly interested, creating a European stablecoin. Lagarde has meanwhile suggested that it could take the Eurozone up to 4 years before it possibly launches a digital euro. That is what these governments, these central banks understand the most. These stablecoins, these digital dollars or euros, only make it easier for central banks to manipulate and control the people through the currency instead of the people's currency, Bitcoin. Anyway, she just spoke about global regulation today. Let me share, and then we'll discuss.
It's a speculative asset by any account. I mean, when you look at the most recent developments upward and now the most recent downward trend, for those who had assumed that it might turn into a currency, terribly sorry, but this is an asset, and it's a highly speculative asset, which has conducted some funny business and some interesting and totally reprehensible money laundering activity. I think that there are criminal investigations that have taken place that I'm sure will continue to take place that demonstrate it very clearly. And there has to be regulations, and this has to be applied and agreed upon. It's a matter that needs to be agreed at a global level, because if there is an escape, that escape will be used. So I think it needs to be if anything, it shows that global cooperation, multilateral action is absolutely needed, whether it's initiated by the G7, moved into the G20, and then enlarged, but it's something that needs to be addressed. And FATF is clearly an organization that has expanded in that respect.
Interesting. Thoughts on this? Is this bullish? Is this bearish? She does seem a little spooked, as if somebody had just told her the price. Maybe she remembers the price when it was around 6,000. It touched 42. It's now leveling off. She seems a little on edge here, talking about Bitcoin in 2021 and beyond. In my opinion, regulation is inevitable for Bitcoin. It's coming, and it would be great if it wasn't, but if you want mass adoption, regulation by these central banks is inevitable, in my opinion. This is bullish for Bitcoin. It's going to open the door for big money to be able to enter Bitcoin if they feel safe in doing it, which comes with regulation. This is bearish for potentially many, many altcoins in the future. Not all altcoins, ones that are truly decentralized or truly just compliant in the regulator's eyes, will be fine. But there will be a day of reckoning, and we'll see. I'll keep you updated as new news unfolds for these alts. But give me your thoughts down below. Let's take a little poll down below. Okay, we have 3 more news stories that you need to know happening in cryptocurrency today. Next piece of news, Uniswap's growth lead bites back over Yearn Finance's SushiSwap merger. So we're getting some infighting in the DeFi community between Uniswap and Yearn Finance. Here's what's up. Uniswap's growth lead, Ashley Schaap, has slammed a recent article from Yearn Finance founder Cronje that criticized forked protocols in the DeFi space, with Schaap describing Yearn's recent merger with SushiSwap as validating a stolen dApp. So Yearn Finance is criticizing forked altcoins, but then Uniswap is saying, hey, you merged with SushiSwap, which is a fork of us, a forked altcoin. Cronje's January 12th blog post, titled Building in DeFi Sucks, complained about the risk of competitors forking his code and combining that code with such attractive tokenomics in a bid to siphon away users from the products that he has invested significant time into building. In a direct quote, I can build the superior product even, but a competitor can just fork my code and a token that infinitely mints, and they have twice the users in a week. So in this open sourced world of cryptocurrency DeFi, if your project is open sourced, it's basically asking other people to steal your code and just improve upon it or just make their own thing. And he's saying, hey, this sucks because I'm building great products and other people are just potentially stealing them and creating more incentives via the token. How am I supposed to compete with that? Well, this is exactly what happened when SushiSwap was forked from Uniswap in late August 2020, with the new project launching a native token and yield farming program to successfully leech more than $1 billion worth of liquidity away from Uniswap at that time. In fact, that's why Uniswap had to create their own token to compete with that. And it was also in early December 2020 that Yearn Finance chose to merge with SushiSwap. And as such, the apparent hypocrisy of Cronje's comments was not lost on Uniswap's growth lead, who tweeted, one of your complaints is that anyone can steal your work in DeFi, yet Wi-Fi chooses to partner with Sushi. When a legit dApp validates a stolen dApp by partnering, it just encourages that kind of behavior. And fair point. My take on this is, hey, I can understand Cronje being a little frustrated with this, but this is the world of open sourced code, and this is the market working itself out in real time, us finding which protocol is adopted more with a mix of quality product and exciting tokenomics. As we get more information, I'll keep you updated. Next piece of Chainlink news. Nulls to integrate with Chainlink to empower Nulls/Nerve developers to build next generation DeFi applications. So another dApp platform has chosen to work with Chainlink, and here's why. Nulls will use Chainlink to obtain secure and reliable market data for developing DeFi products. Yes, this is what we expect, as well as use Chainlink to source real-world events for building next-generation dynamic NFTs. So we have another NFT platform in Nulls that'll integrate with gaming and such. And the last thing I'll say, for people asking the question, well, why don't these blockchains just sort of build their own decentralized Oracle solution? And the answer is right here. Not only will this integration exponentially expand the types of applications that can be built within the Nulls ecosystem, but it ensures that dApps are able to avoid the major pitfalls of deploying their own oracles, such as data manipulation attacks, unreliable data delivery, extra expenses, and even fatal security flaws due to the many nuances involved with building secure oracles. So it's a lot easier, and they just want to plug right in. Give me your thoughts on this, but let's keep going. Huge green flag coming out of Pakistan. Pakistan is now using government funds to mine Bitcoin, and they're doing this just because their own economic growth has slowed, and they want to help revive their economy by mining Bitcoin statewide. The government of Khyber the government of KP, one of Pakistan's 4 provinces, announced the launch of 2 state-owned Bitcoin mining farms last week. The move marked one of the first instances of a government using its own funds to mine and make profit from Bitcoin. If Pakistan continues this for at least, let's say, 10 years, this would give them probably a huge treasury compared to other countries of their size. And it has a big legal backing. Zayullah Bangash, the advisor of the Chief Minister of KP on Information Technology, said a legislative bill that supported such operations was passed in the province's assembly. Also, a separate no objection certificate was also passed, allowing individuals to launch and issue their own cryptocurrencies without fear of legal backlash. That is, as long as they register with the government. Pakistan major world leader in 2035? Give me your thoughts. Next piece of news, Blockstack upgrade introduces smart contracts for Bitcoin. This is coming in the next 24 hours. Blockstack will roll out its new blockchain, Stacks 2.0, on January 14th and bring smart contracts to Bitcoin. Let me know if you're taking advantage of this, if you're a developer. I'll keep you updated. Okay, that's the video. My name's Austin. See you tomorrow. And also, I've recently seen a lot of scammers, bots down below in the comment section. This channel will never reach out to you with a random number asking for an investment. Don't be fooled by impersonators. We will always have the check mark next to our name. Just be careful. See you tomorrow.